Alright, last one. I don't know why I do this one last. Okay, here we go. So, today, let me just double check, make sure I'm not ruining anything. It looks okay. Alright, so today we are going to be doing some bacon and French toast. I'm not really too good at French toast, but I figured we'd give it a shot because I want to get better. Normally it ends up being too soggy because I really don't care, and I end up putting too much milk in. But we'll try and fix that today. Anyways, this has been cooking for a little while. Oh, I'm going to need to go grab the tongs probably. Yeah, I like flipping it a lot. I'll be back. Awesome. There we go. I'm not super hungry, but I just wanted to make a little something. I wanted to go over my day with you, and I love doing this kind of food. It's definitely a little late at 1:47, but whatever. Um, let's see. Is 5 too much? 5's probably too much. We're trying to go for a little breakfast here. Well, it's technically a midnight thing, but we'll go 3 pieces of bacon. It honestly feels tragic only using 3 pieces, but you know what? It's just so I can talk to you guys. It's not about the bacon. I don't know why I'm so against like smaller meals. I think it's because they cost like $2 less than the full thing. And being from a big family, I'm just always used to planning on getting like the big cheapest thing and just sharing with other people. Okay. Wow, that's actually shrinking up really fast. I wasn't expecting that. We're probably going to have to turn this down to medium low maybe. Maybe we can get one more piece of bacon on there. I think I'll regret not having at least 4. Okay. There we go. And then that should cool it down. Okay, let's see. And then I'm just going to get this wrapped up here, and then we'll just kind of just get the egg thing prepped. Just prepped, just so we don't have to worry about it when it comes time to make it. Okay, there's that. And then we're just going to get this egg mixture we're going. Just going to take a look at the bottoms here. It doesn't look too bad. It looks like they're definitely starting to get a little hot, so I'm going to flip them. Technically don't need to do it with this one, but I like doing them all around the same time. Then I don't have to pay attention to which one just got flipped and which one didn't. I know they're all getting done in batches. And then if one's getting too hot, I usually pull it off to the side, but totally different burner. Anyways, okay, so we'll get this going. I think I did. Oh, yeah, there's hardly like any on the table. I did a good job on that one. Still don't know what to do about the egg, though. Still a problem. Oh, there we go. Just put it over there. Okay, anyways, so my day. Essentially, went to the dentist, which was great. My tooth was like not hurting this morning, horrible yesterday. I guess I should go through the entire story, shouldn't I? Let me double check this bacon first and then we'll get to it. I need to leave enough time so if I decide to put a timer on there where I'm like going over my dental day or something, you don't have to listen to that initial pre-ramble. It'd be embarrassing for me. Cool. So it looks like we're good there. Looks like the bacon's definitely sizzling, so I'm not super worried about it. Anyways, so the dentist. I ended up getting 2 forks. Anyways, sorry. I gotta point out the funny things as they're happening. Anyways, but yesterday, horrible tooth pain, like the worst I've ever had. And made me realize why people go to emergency visits to get their teeth worked on. But anyways, I was dealing with that for like the day, and I was like, yeah, maybe I can get over it. Maybe I'll see if the painkillers I took will help. And like they didn't help really. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna message them, and I'm like, hey, what's the process for getting my teeth done? Because essentially I go through the school, so. I go through essentially these dentists who just need hours training on people, so you get it at a very reduced cost. Plus, since it's the schools, they're usually using newer technology sometimes, like cutting edge stuff, just to like show students how it works and things like that, which is amazing. Anyways, so I go down there to get that done. But I was supposed to reach out to him a while ago, but I never thought about it. And then I was like, okay, this pain is so bad. I'll take the painkillers. I'll see if I can get over it. And then like a couple hours later, it wasn't gone. I'm like, okay, I don't know if the painkillers aren't working or what, but I'm like, hey, what do I need to do to start the process of getting my teeth worked on? And then they're just like, oh my gosh, I actually have an opening for tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like, okay, I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow. I kept like making sure, stating all that stuff. So it was just going to be like a cavity thing, but I guess it got pretty bad. And so they did like a temporary, essentially they drilled it out. They put some special stuff that will hopefully help the, they call it pulp. Essentially you have like, your inner nerve, I think, and then you have like the soft outery piece. I'm not exactly sure. It's probably the living part of the tooth, so if I had to guess, since it's around the nerve. And then you have like the harder shell, and then you've got the enamel on top of that. I'm a belief. You can quote me if you want. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so they essentially dug into there, but I'm like super sensitive or something. Like I have like really bad mouth pain. Like I can feel everything. Luckily, like I had that entire day of pain, so like that's what I was using as like my most painful reference, because it's like I'd say it like occasionally would get that painful, just like for a second or two, like, or maybe just like a little bit. Normally it's never that bad though. But anyways, so I walked in. Actually, wait, the story getting there is interesting too. Like, I dilly-dally. My appointment wasn't until like 1:30. And I essentially just like drive a little ways, and then I wait, get on the bus, and then I take that across the bridge that they normally charge you to go across, and then I end up right at the school. I should have been cooking this faster, but whatever. Anyways. And so, like, I was dilly-dallying, and then, like, I had to find clothes and pick out things that didn't look awful, because I'm trying to dress, like, more appropriate. More appropriate in the sense that normally I wear, like, a regular logo tee that's super faded, and in all honesty, I honestly don't want to wear with how faded it is. And so I'm like, okay, we'll go solid colors. I always like the V-neck. The other ones feel like they're choking my neck, and if I ever have anything heavy that pulls on the back of my neck, like, literally, it's like I hate it. So I usually like the V-neck. It's a good option. Anyways, and then this is what I ended up wearing. I was like, you know what? I like this with the red. So I just went with that. Anyways, it spent too long, essentially spending time doing that, and then brushing my teeth, because, I'm going to the dentist, and it's not like, I'm embarrassed. It's just like, well, if they're going to have to clean to work on it, or, if they're going to have to smell my breath all day, I really, really would like it to be a little nicer. Okay, we need to definitely do this at a warmer temp, just so you know. Anyways. So running late, I don't even know if I'm going to make it based on the bus. Like, I might actually be there late, but I'm like, I won't be that late. I'll either be on time or 15 minutes late, worst case scenario. And like, as I'm like kind of rushing there, I get a couple stops, and I'm just like, I'm like, what was it? Like, essentially, I'm coming up to the light. Like, I'm like coming to the turn right before you go to the huge parking lot. And then this, like, one person's walking across the road. And even though I'm in a rush, I'm like, well, got to play it cool. And I'm like, no problem. I'm just waiting. And then, like, they finally kind of walk halfway. And I'm like, okay, I still got to get to my spot. And so I start driving. But there's somebody not on the crosswalk, but a little further back. And, like, they start walking. And I slow down. And he's like, come on. And I'm like, okay, thanks, buddy. And then, like, I quickly find a spot, and I'm just like, okay. And, essentially the cost for the bus is like, a couple bucks. Well, it's $2.75. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I'm like, something 75. Um, and so like I knew I was going to need some change, and I'm like, man, I sure hope I don't miss the bus trying to grab some change. And so I just kind of pinched out an amount of quarters, which I knew was more than 6. I couldn't tell. I'm like, I don't want to have a whole pocket full of quarters the whole time, but definitely didn't want to have a minimum amount. But I'm like, whatever, I'll only waste 25 cents. It's fine. But it's the premise of the matter. I like saving money if I can. Anyways. I see the bus pull up as I'm doing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't tell me like that guy literally like giving me the wave by. Help me with that. Anyways, but yeah, so I just barely make the bus to get there on time / early. And then get across there. They're doing renovations, and I'm not bad I'm not good with like, directions if I have to, change it up a little bit. I'm good with the same thing over and over and over again, but it's just like you change it up a little bit. It's pretty tricky. Luckily, I'm getting better at it. I'm just going to pinch the middle so these sides actually get done. But anyways, so that was a little stressful, but like, oh, right. As I'm stepping off the bus, like they message, they're like, hey, just so you know, if you sign in, we're going to be here today. And I'm just like, was I supposed to be here a little sooner? Mainly because they can get started sooner. Last time I was there, I think I checked in like 20 minutes early or something, and they were already like, hi. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I never thought that, we're actually on your schedule. But anyways, so I essentially, I go in. It's a little awkward, but I'm like, no, I can figure this out. It's simple enough. I've got it. I go in. The room's a little tricky to get to. Like, I don't know why. I always want to turn like left and go down this hallway, like right before I get to the spot I need to keep going. But been there a couple times, so I already like broke past that sense. It's just I really wanted to. And then I ended up taking a bad memory route. Essentially, the memory route I took was like the first time I went there. They sent me down to this one room, and that's where I ended up going. But I remembered it was somewhere similar. Turns out I ended up going too early. There's like one section of the building, and if you keep walking, there's another section. And there's like the middle of the building, like this in middle part is actually like rockery / like trees and stuff. Anyways, and so I was on the wrong side. I'm like, how do I get here? How do I get here? I even look at the map, and the map's just like, yo, you need to get to that building? Yeah, it's right over here. And I'm like, that's amazing. How do I get there? And like I tried walking down one way, and like I hear teachers talking, and I'm like, okay, that's can't be right. And then I go the other way, and it's like a dead end, and I see a bunch of people walking out, and I'm like, nope. I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, can we help you? You lost fool who doesn't know how to get to your dentist appointment. Anyways, and then finally I just went into the room where I initially did my like initial checkup with the dentists. And they're just like, oh yeah, hold on, I can help you. And they essentially send me through that like that walkway place I was talking about. And I'm like, I would have never gone through here. And they're like, good thing it locks behind you. And I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. You just get like people who come to the, dentistry just like piling up in this little section until you free them. Probably not what actually happens, but I thought the idea of it was pretty funny. Anyways, so then they essentially did the drilling. Like, some of that stuff hurts. Like I said, I got sensitive teeth, but they do a great job there of making sure everything's fine. And I guess the person who... whatever. We don't have a plate for it, so my desk's going to get a little greasy, but whatever. Anyways, I'm not going to be able to talk. We'll think about this egg thing. Probably going to want to put it to medium, though. They said I want about a quarter of what's in here to like half and half. So I think I only want a touch. But they said if you use half and half, it should help. Normally I'm used to using too much cream and then, just a really little bit of milk. But let's see if this works a little better. Should get at least one piece of French toast is what I was going for. Okay. But yeah, they stabbed me a couple times with the anesthetic or whatever. No, at first it numbed it up, and then they stabbed me, which, I mean, in all honesty, doesn't really feel that bad. It feels like, a little bee sting for a second. And it's just like, hey, I'd rather deal with that little bee sting for a second than have my mouth in awful amounts of pain for hours. Because normally when I go to the dentist, like, I don't know if it's like it's just feels too intense or what, but it always feels like I just need a little more anesthetic, or I feel something that not other people feel based on the way at least people talk about it. Anyways, I think this got way too soggy. We'll just see what happens with that. And then I don't even know what to do with this one. There's no way this is going to be enough, right? Like maybe if I really sparse it out. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm so bad at doing this so we all can see it. Okay. Now, it's not beautiful, but we'll give it a shot. It's also falling apart because I'm bad. Okay. That's pretty bad. Okay, move this off. Dry these off. Get some water to make it wet. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know what to go over, because going over the whole thing seems kind of boring, but drilled out my tooth, put this cool, like, health fix your tooth stuff on it, so hopefully it'll fix it. Essentially, like, the pulp area is pretty infected, so they might either need to do a root canal or remove my tooth. Otherwise, they're going to have to do a crown. So, either way, I'm kind of whoops. But now I've got, like, 6 other cavities or something I need worked on, so that's the next thing. How we looking? We probably got to flip these guys around, right? Even heating. Okay. Let's see. Let's grab this fork. I want to see where we're at. Got to be careful with metal on. Non-stick. Hopefully the grease doesn't get too absorbed in there. Should probably go grab a plate while this is happening, but I'm trying to remember how much of my story I want to tell. I mean, it's not really that special. Getting there was the interesting part. Or hectic part. It's amazing not feeling the tooth pain anymore. Oh! Also, like, my gum, like, if this was your tooth and this is your gum, like receded a little bit. Anytime, like, air went in, like, I could feel it. And she, like, covered it. Amazing. Amazing. I can go and feel no pain. It's great. Normally it feels pretty painful. Like, you know, not pain, but like cold pain, where it feels like a chill runs through your tooth and you're like, oh no. That's like, I don't like that. Bacon's a little lame, but oh well. Look at that. I think that's because that's what happens when you don't have it properly soaked. You can see the bacon totally absorbed into it. So gross. How about here? It's definitely absorbed into a little bit of it, but that looks like pretty untouched. Even this part. We'll experiment. We'll see what happens. I think we're probably going to want to turn the heat down. I'm going to go get some maple syrup and then a plate, and I'll be back. Nice. This over here. Try and get my presentation plate going. Boy, I sure hope I don't have any issues. Feels like we're doing good, though. Okay. Hey, Luna, you gonna come say hi to everybody? You know, everybody does love saying hi to you. Yeah, you want to come check out the bacon, don't you? I'll bet. She loves the bacon. And by loves, I mean she loves smelling it. she's not actually a particularly big fan of bacon. Like, she will eat it, and she's even, like, begged for it, which is how I know she really loves it. Because, like, if I really want to test her if she wants something, like, I'll be like, it's just out of reach. And if she goes like, okay, if she does the paw thing, then I'm like, she wants it. Literally worked for it. She gets mad if she has to work for it and you don't give it to her, like, the first time. She doesn't want to feel like anybody's fool, which I honestly appreciate and try to respect. It's really annoying, though, when she wants something, like, mundane or basic. And it's like, no, you don't get to have that attitude about this. You can have it about things that are delicious and, like, don't get mocked. But, if you're coming up and being like, me being nice normally works. It's like, no. You don't get it just because you're nice. You don't get it just because you beg. Wow, she gets a little bit, but she'll, like, it's just so offensive because she'll, like, kind of do, like, a thing where she wants it, and then if you give it to her, she just walks away, and it's like, you need to be a little more serious about this. Okay. That seems good. Ow. And that one just looks gross. It looks so gross. Can you see how gross it is? Like, look how greasy that is. Ugh. Let's see about this one, though, just for testing. Just a little bit. Okay. I don't even know if this one just looks like a waste. Oh, also that's bad. How much did we do to this one? No, that looks perfect. Okay. Well, this guy's going to get kind of burnt up. Oh, I heard a little bit of a scrape. I didn't do too bad of a job, though. Okay. I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I just want to cool this pan off a little bit. Look, I understand there's French toast in there, but it's gross. It would taste like bacon grease. If you like it with tasting like bacon grease, nothing against you. I'm just saying I will. So yeah. Apparently I reward myself by after having to go to the dentist with super sugary foods before bed. No, I'll probably have to stay up a little while. I'm going to be listening to music or something. Also, Neuromancer by Navjaxx. Amazing song. I'll put it in the description for you or something. It's such a good song. If we're talking music and stuff. Anyways, I'll be listening to music probably for another, like, I don't know, half an hour or so. I need to start figuring out how to get to bed because I got to get up for classes in, like, 10 days or whatever. I'm going to literally be waking up in 4 hours. Or I'll be staying up all night, which, dude, I do not do good with all-nighters. Like, it does not work for me. It's never worked for me. I don't know how people do it. They're just like, you just figure it out. And it's like, okay. I've never just figured it out. Way better than usual. Normally, like I said, I have way too much, I don't know. Do you guys want to see it? Should I eat it like this? Anyways. Yeah, not good at all-nighters. I suck at them. Which I guess is a good thing, but I also suck at I'm sorry. I'm thinking about my next move here, which is moving this out of the way, and it literally nukes my ability to think. Yeah, ability to think totally nuked. Okay. Please don't be getting in the syrup, bro. Okay. Aha. Maybe we'll even zoom in on it, because I can do that if I pull this up. Do you like these? Do you like these shots, or should I forget about it? Because you either want to hear my stories, or you want to not care about what my stuff looks like. What's up with that? Why? What? Still seems dark for some reason. Whatever. I guess we'll just go back up to here then, so the lighting's a little better. Not good with all-nighters. I need, like, a full, like, 7 hours of sleep before I can function. I can sometimes go off of, like, 6 to 5 hours of sleep, but I either need to nap or can't do it for more than a day or two. was pretty good. You know, I don't know why I'm so bad at eating food. And when I say that, I mean like full glass of milk, all my bacon's left. Like, why can't I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? Why do I have to go 1, 2, 3? It's good. The bacon, in all honesty, like it's not bad, but it's got like almost that, like, you know, almost has that restaurant feel to it. And when I say restaurant feel, I mean no love was put into cooking it. I'm not saying they don't care at those diners. I'm just saying it's a little sad. I bet I could make it delicious. I make bacon all the time. I'm normally a lot better about it. It's because I'm normally on a different burner. And I normally go a little slower. I'll walk around my kitchen and all sorts of stuff. I guess I could do, what is that? Sorry guys. I guess I could do the, caramelized caramelized bacon. I could do that. Not with the maple, obviously, but with, brown sugar. I'm pretty good with brown sugar. You've seen some of the candies I can make. What's up, Luna? Alright, let's see if she does a trick. How bad do you want it? We'll give her a bigger piece since she's going to be working. Well, bet she comes into frame to check it out, though. Even if she's not willing to beg for it. Oh, we're going to have to zoom this all the way out. And we might as well just... Come on, really? Sup, girl? What you up to? Here, we'll put the bacon closer now. There you guys go. So, I also do this like so many nights. There's some days I do this like 3-4 nights in a row. Not too often. Well, not right now, since I had a lot of 3 to 4 nights in a row there. What do you think? Not worth it? She got double dinner today. Occasionally what happens is my mom, like, she's really polite, and she feels bad knocking on my door in case I'm tired or something. I honestly don't know if sometimes I'm an ass and, like, I'm just like, what? And so she's, like, thinks she's upsetting me, but normally I'm just an ass sound. Like, okay. I'm not a bad guy. I just sound rude sometimes. Anyways, but I don't know if she's just overly polite. Do I worry her? Do I make her seem like I'm upset all the time? I feel like I've been working on it. I've genuinely been quite nice to her. So I feel as though that option shouldn't work. And if it is the option, why is nobody talking to me? Anyways, but she's like so polite. She'll like not knock on my door, and my cat will be outside, and she'll be like, "Oh, I fed your cat because I didn't know." But like I was just in here like either listening to music or doing something, and like I literally hear her setting the bowl down out there, and I'm like, "What, double dinner?" She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know if you were sleeping or something." And I'm like, you can knock if you need to. Like if I'm asleep, it doesn't matter, and if you're really worried I'm asleep, just do it quietly. Well, Luna's gone. I guess that means we'll have to wrap it up here pretty soon. What was that? Okay. I guess that was that camera resetting or something. No! Wait, are you guys still here? We're at 30 minutes? Okay. Well, guess we hit our 30 minutes. That's cool. And that's why I don't like doing this separate recording stuff, by the way. Where were we? My mom's amazing. She sets the bowl out. My cat sometimes gets double dinner because she acts hungry, or my door's closed. This is what I was referring to by the 1, 2, 3, by the way. You notice how I took out all the French toast, then all the bacon, and like the milk finally last. Like, but it doesn't feel like it was a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or even like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm essentially trying to say like in equal parts, or even like a 2, 1, 1, or 2, 2, 1. Like, not even that. It's like a dun 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 dun, and then it's gone, and then I have to do that with this next one. I don't know why I keep relating it to music. I'm so bad at it. Maybe I'll get good one day. I've been listening to music songs, man. Wow, I sound like a foreigner. Actually, I sound worse. Can you believe this is my first language? I still had to go to school for English though. I think we're good, but yeah. Like, I don't know what's up with me having to do this. Also, I tolerate the greasy fingers for you, by the way. I do not like holding cups like this, like, ugh. But for you guys and to talk, I deal with it. Well, it was pretty good. In all honesty, it's really nice not feeling like stuffed afterwards. Normally, like, I'm like, why do I do this? Why did I make 3? Why did I make 4? Normally it's why did I make 3? But just making 1 is great. I knew I'd have a little left over, so I just had to see what we could do, but I could probably do 1.5. And then some person comes in here and was like, who's cutting half a piece of white bread? It'd be pretty funny. Actually, my mom would genuinely come and be like, oh, thank goodness, a half piece. All right. Sorry, I'm getting weird bubbles from the milk now. I hope you can hear a little bit of the difference occasionally. We're going way too long, though. I should have figured out how to wrap this up at 30 minutes. I ramble. I go too long. Anyways. Well, I'm going to be up for a few more minutes listening to music. It's going to be pretty good. In all honesty, it's not that good, but if you want to know... No, it's not that good. I won't go over my music, but try Navjaxx, Neuromancer, give it a shot. Link should be in the description. It's really good. Like, can't I play like at least 5-10 seconds as the outro? Like, I could actually be having it playing. Okay, that's what I'm going to try to do. I think I won't get in trouble. We'll try just like 5-10 seconds, but you see what you think of it. All right, I'm going to walk away from this mic. I'm probably going to turn you off first. What's the game plan? I'll show you the game plan. Then it's going to be you as I'm figuring out this second one here. And then see ya. I hope you have a good day, morning, evening. It's awesome having you here in all honesty. Yeah, I won't keep you too long, but have a good one. Try to make some food or enjoy the day. Do something different. See how you feel. All right. See ya.